What's your stance?
My stance is, listen, if Ennis Cantor and Royce White, listen, as I support their decision. If they want to take blockers and hormones for several years, socially and medically transition, you know, they don't even have to physically.
What if they don't take the block? What if they don't take any hormones? Are you okay with it?
Then it's, I don't, you know what, then in terms of elite level sports, I don't take their assertion to be that sincere. If they're not so, like, they're socially transitioning kind of as a joke. Listen, listen. Let's commit to the bit. Take blockers. Like, listen.
But they don't have to
Listen.
be trans.
Show us how it's done. Show us them taking blockers and hormones, and then, you know, Royce White can step onto the audition stage and show everyone that, you know, even after 2 years, when his body is at a deficit of both testosterone and estrogen, and he's lost muscle mass, gained fat mass.
But that's not the rules of the WNBA. That's not the rule. They just have to declare that they're women.
The WNBA has had no stance on it. They've also had no trans players.
Well, that's why they can just go in. All they have to do is self-identify.
Yeah, but like, this is a whole manufactured thing by, what's the brand? Hey, what's the brand that's manufacturing this? XXY, that's the brand behind that's manufacturing this whole crisis to sell merch. So that's what this.
So you don't think that girls and women should have sports separate from the male sex?
I think. Listen, I am willing to look at if someone is taking blockers and hormones, socially, medically, possibly surgically transitioning. I will take that consideration for them to play.
So no privacy
sports.
For women and girls in locker rooms, bathrooms, sports.
Oh, you want to talk about privacy? That's a great one. Okay, so does this make women safe if if they throw too fast, jump too high, they will be transvestigated?
No, they won't.
Yes, they won't.
Do you have a child in
sports? Wait. Go on. Wait, someone pull up Twitter.
Do you watch?
We will find hundreds of grown men and women, adult people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s transvestigating every athlete that overperforms in the WNBA.
Sports now, so everybody's on high alert.
So we have to transvestigate cisgendered women.
No, we don't. What's a cisgender woman?
Oh yeah,
a woman, you mean?
Michelle Obama. There's just like these are the same people.
That's just racism, not trans investigation. That's people
transvestigation.
That's people just being racist.
Transvestigation.
That's just racism.
I guess it's also racism if you don't strictly adhere to European beauty standards.
No, we're talking about female people.
Is going to transvestigate.
We're talking about just female people.
What's a woman?
An adult female human being.
Adult female. Great answer. Okay, so what's an adult?
Anybody over the age of 18.
Okay, great. In Korea, it's 19.
We're talking about
No.
We're talking about
in Korea, it's 19.
Great, whatever.
So just off the bat, by your own definition, you need a social construct for your own definition.
You asked me what adults was.
Yes,
I
asked it.
It's 18.
Yes, okay. And in some places, it's 19.
Okay.
So
and in some places, it's 10.
And so just for your own definition, you need a social construct.
What do you mean
to define a woman? That's a social construct.
The word woman is socially constructed. Everything on planet Earth is socially constructed.
Thank you for that.
So what's your point?
So to define a woman,
you cannot
define a woman without using a social construct.
Yeah, well, you think being adult female human being is just socially constructed, the whole thing?
You tell me. Your definition.
I'm asking you.
Your definition.
Do you think that male people can be women?
What?
Do you think adult male people can be women?
I think sex goes on a spectrum.
What kind of spectrum?
Okay, some people are born intersex. Some people have Swyer syndrome.
Swyer syndrome only affects females. It's an XY karyotype with an inactive SRY gene.
There's people with Swyer system that are able to give birth.
Yes, because they're female.
There's people that are for every definition.
You're just saying nonsense.
Okay. No, I'm not saying nonsense.
Swyer syndrome only affects female people. It's an XY karyotype with an inactive SRY gene, and some give birth.
And there are people with Swyer syndrome that present as fully male.
No, they don't. They don't have androgens. You're wrong. They have no androgen exposure. You're completely lying and wrong.
So you're telling me there's no women out there that are cisgendered or with Swyer syndrome or anything that present as men?
Now you're changing the story.
I'm talking about.
Are there masculine women? Yes. That's why we don't define women by masculinity and femininity.
How do we know if someone's a woman or not?
How do you know? If they're an adult female human being, they're objectively a woman.
How do you know?
What do you mean? How do I know?
How do I know you're a woman?
Because I'm adult female human.
I don't know that.
You don't need to know that. That's a fact.
Because you're telling me that. I know it because
I'm a woman because I'm an adult female human.
My stance is.
Are you an adult male human?
I present as a man.
No, you don't present as a man. You just are a man.
What?
You just are a man.
I present as one. If I had, if I wanted to change my gender or change, my sex, I would socially transition.
You can't change your gender.
What?
Nobody could change their gender.
You can't change your gender?
No, you can change the way that you express yourself, but you can't change your gender.
You can't change it?
No, you can't.
Wait, I'm sorry. So wait, which one's the construct? Sex or gender?
Well, the gender describes the sex. You know that, right?
Okay, no, good.
Like what do you call a female cow?
How do I? Oh no.
What do you call a female chicken?
Animals do not have gender expression.
What do you call a female chicken?
Cow doesn't have gender expression.
A hen.
Chicken doesn't have gender expression.
What do you call a female lion? A lioness.
Lion doesn't have gender expression.
What do you call a female human adult? A woman.
Humans have gender expression. Great. Let's talk about gender expression.
Gender expression is just how somebody wants to look. It doesn't mean that they're the opposite gender.
Animals do not have gender expression.
The point is the word woman describes adult female human beings.
Animals don't have gender expression.
I don't think you're tracking. I'm sorry. When we talk about women in Afghanistan, what sex are we talking about?
We're talking about women in Afghanistan.
What sex are we talking about?
When we are talking about women, you're talking about people that
No, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about people that, a woman, okay, my definition, what is it?
Yeah.
A woman is a biological state of being that is also socially experienced.
What biological state of being is that?
A biological state of being that is also socially experienced.
Distinguish them from males.
What?
Distinguish that from men.
What? Okay, so
what's the difference between men and women?
What's the difference between men and women? How you're presenting?
Presenting.
How you're presenting.
So a man can present feminine, and we call him a woman?
Yeah, we do that a lot.
No, would you call them a woman, a feminine man?
If I picked up a football and I threw it like this, you'd say I was girly.
But
people would say, oh, he throws like a girl.
Does that define girls, the way that you throw?
Yeah, it does. I mean,
does it?
The people saying that.
That's just sexism.
Yeah,
then.
so if I pick up a football and I throw it like this, and someone's like saying you throw like a girl.
That's just sexist.
Thank you for that.
That's why we don't define women and girls by the way that they throw balls. We define women and girls by not having balls.
You're so close to the point right now.
You're so close. I wish you would just come to the right side of history. Women are adult female humans, and we need protection against from males.
You can't even define a woman without using a social construct. You don't know the difference between gender and sexuality.
What's the difference between sexuality is gay or lesbian or bisexual?
If you don't know the difference between gender and sexuality, you shouldn't be having this conversation.
Wait,
at
sexuality?
All.
We're not talking about somebody's sexuality.
Gender and like you're big on the whole like what's their biological sex.
Sexuality is being gay, lesbian, or bisexual. Sexuality.
If you think gender and biological sex are the same thing,
I said gender describes the sex. What's a girl?
What?
What's a girl?
What's a girl? Okay, we'll see. A girl is biological state of being that is also socially experienced.
What's the difference between girls and boys?
What, girls and boys? A biological state of being that is also socially
Describe the difference.
How you're presenting.
Little girls have to present a certain way for them to be girls? What about
according to our society?
No, that's according to your ideology.
According to the society we live in, they are judged on a spectrum.
No, they're not.
Depending on
girls
how they
just adolescent, minor, female people. That's it.
What's an adolescent?
A child. Anybody under the age of 18.
Matt Walsh thinks a child is 15.
I don't care what Matt Walsh. You're asking me. Matt Walsh me what a child was?
Matt Walsh thinks an adult is 15.
Am I Matt Walsh?
What?
Am I Matt Walsh? I'm an adult female human being. I'm not Matt Walsh.
Okay, so you're presenting to me as an adult female human being.
I'm a woman.
What's your point? My point is, I'm going to steel man my argument. I personally believe, and this is regardless of anything with the WNBA. If they have socially transitioned, if they have medically transitioned, not surgically, but let's put that aside.
Oh, so you're the arbiter of transness?
For competition into elite sports.
So women get to compete against men when they have one hand tied behind their back and they ruin their body with estrogen. Is that how women have to play sports?
So when someone is taking blockers and hormones for an extended amount of time, they're at an incredible disadvantage.
That's not women's problem that men want to weaken themselves. Women don't want to play against weak men. We don't want to play against any men. It's very simple.
Right now they're not playing against men. This is a manufactured.
No, it's not. There's AB Hernandez is in California on the girls volleyball team. That's a boy. Becky Pepper Jackson is in West Virginia.
Where's the WNBA player that's trans?
We're talking about saving women and girls sports as a whole.
Yeah, and no one, the WNBA.
So you have no comment about any girls that don't want to play against the boys. You're just saying that if they weaken themselves and tie one hand behind their back with hormones, that those men should be competing against girls. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying if someone wants to medically transition,
they should play against girls.
I'm saying I will take that seriously with regards to elite sports. If someone wants to, present in a gender fluid way, socially transition, I'll honor their pronouns. When you get to elite level sports, I want to see something different. I want to see someone medically transition.
Okay, but we don't want to have any males on the team, even if they take hormones. It's common
you want
sense.
To call them males?
They can only be male to be trans women.
Okay, so what about people that are intersex? What about them?
You already talked about Swyer syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, Turner syndrome, Jacobs syndrome, whatever syndrome.
All of that. So all those people are just women,
insensitivity,
and they can only compete.
There's some of them are sex specific, like Turner syndrome and Swyer's only affect female people.
Okay.
So they can play on the team. They're females.
They can play. Okay. Thank you for that. The Algerian women's boxing scandal.
Imane Khelif.
Yes.
Imane Khelif is XY karyotyped male with a DSC called 5-alpha reductase.
Okay.
That's a male.
Okay, so that person was transvestigated.
It's a male.
That's a male?
Yes, Imane Khelif is a male.
That's a male?
Yes.
Where?
It's a male. XY karyotype and testicles. They have a condition called 5-alpha reductase.
The person doesn't have testicles.
Yes, he does.
Yes, where? Where's they come from Algeria, where
they're not trans.
LGBTQ.
They're not trans in Algeria. He's not trans. He has a DSD, a disorder of sexual development. He's a male.
Where does it say that?
They did the boxing. They did the karyotype for the boxing.
The Russian
one. And France.
France. No, it's total bullshit.
It's not bullshit. It's a fact. You just don't want to admit that we have men going into women's punching women in the face.
Algerian boxing, Algerian women's boxing. The country of Algeria, where they are famously tolerant towards trans
He's
people.
not trans. He's a man with a disorder. He was born in a village with improper medical care. So they saw no male genitals, and they said that that's a female. And then when he went through puberty, when he has a condition called 5-alpha reductase, and he gets a surge of testosterone when he hit puberty, his balls dropped, and he's a man.
That person. So you're saying intersex people should not be allowed in sports?
That's not what I said. I said he's a man. He can go on the man's team.
So the person that's balls dropped there. So if their balls drop later and they're presenting as a woman their whole life.
It's an unfortunate circumstance, but it's not girls' problems.
They're off the team.
Yes.
And that person for intersex.
He's punching women in the face and beating the shit out of them.
In boxing.
The answer is yes. He should be on the male team, punching the men in the face.
That's what happens in boxing.
Men beat up women in boxing?
What?
Men beat up women and punch them?
A trans person can, people walk into the ring to fight other people.
Oh,
and they're in the same weight class.
Do men punch women in the face during boxing?
What? Do men punch women in the face?
Yeah.
That's not a man. That's a woman.
It's not. But you could unalive on that hill if you want to. It's definitely not a woman. It was already proven he has an XY karyotype.
I think that's nonsense.
So does Caster Semenya.
That part is nonsense. That person is a woman. They're competing as a woman. They've always presented as a woman.
No.
They've always been that. And
doesn't matter if he presents as a woman. He's not a woman. He's a male. He needs to be on the men's team.
The French proved this.
The French and the Russians. Yeah, you don't have to believe the Russians, but you should believe the French and the International Olympic Committee, the IOC, also said.
You know what? Listen. I'll look this up on my own time.
Please do.
I'm happy to go look at that up. In the meantime, I think that whole thing was nonsense. What was done to that person.